Cam Newton or Kyle Allen?
I mean, Cam Newton. Kyle Allen has been average at best, and the defense has been outstanding on this recent stretch that they've won. He hasn't turned the ball over, but he's been fairly average. Cam Newton has the potential to be a guy that can put the whole team on your back. So if you have the opportunity to go from a game manager, which is what Kyle Allen is right now, maybe he'll graduate to something else later, go from that to someone who has the potential to be a Superman, then you do that.
Okay, well, let's welcome in Dan Graziano, because I would love to hear more about the future that you see for Cam in Carolina and just kind of what you're hearing around the league.
Carolina Panthers believe that Cam Newton will perform in the offense that he's in when healthy. They thought that he did that last year before he got hurt. They feel like if they get him back healthy, he's their best option. Even if they don't feel like he's their best option, even if they decide to keep Kyle Allen in there because he hasn't lost a game, right? He's won 4 in a row, maybe it gets to 5 or 6, you don't mess with it. You're still keeping Cam Newton because this is your evidence, right? Your quarterback could get hurt at any time, and you feel like you have a guy who's a good option. Newton's got 1 year left on his contract after this year. It's non-guaranteed. They could move on from him after this year and eat only $2 million in dead money. This is going to get talked about because they're winning and Kyle Allen is playing well. I don't get the sense that it's being talked about in Carolina by the decision makers there. This is a franchise icon, an MVP player who took them to the Super Bowl. And I think the strong likelihood is that he finishes this season as the Carolina Panthers quarterback, starts next season as the Carolina Panthers quarterback, and probably gets a contract extension.
You know, Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, he's been 4-0 and leading the Saints as a winner and filling in for Drew Brees, but we don't have a conversation surrounding whether or not he should be the starting quarterback. Why do you think we tend to have a conversation surrounding Cam Newton?
Well, I think that people believe potentially that Cam Newton may not ever be healthy again. And I don't think we have the same reaction to Drew Brees. So I think Drew Brees, and also Drew Brees at his best is better than Cam Newton at his best. So I think that's part of the reason why we have this conversation. I think there are other reasons why we have this conversation, particularly down in Carolina. Whenever Cam Newton has a bad week, the talk radio down there is talking about who's the backup, and that happened for many years, even after he had an MVP season. So they have issues down there to figure out, but I don't think the issues are with Cam Newton.
I think the conversation is dumb, and I don't think that it's warranted at this point. You know, going forward right now that Kyle Allen isn't the franchise quarterback of this team. You know that his ceiling isn't the same ceiling of Cam Newton. But there's been issues with Cam Newton since he came out. There were people and scouts saying they didn't like the way he smiled. And so I think he's always been looked at and critiqued a little differently than other quarterbacks because it's just unfamiliar. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't sound the same. It doesn't move the same as what people are used to. But you can't forget what Cam Newton is at his best. What Cam Newton is at his best is the best player in this franchise's history. And I think if you feel like he can be close to that, 89% of Cam, 90% of Cam doing what we've loved to watch him do throughout the years is their best chance to reach the pinnacle of football, and that's the Super Bowl.
He's a completely unique player in NFL history. I mean, you talk about Drew Brees doesn't get questioned. He's going to the Hall of Fame. It's not crazy to think that Cam Newton, with 2 or 3 more very good years, could be a Hall of Fame quarterback either. Again, a unique case. He's accomplished things that other players haven't accomplished athletically. So, the Carolina Panthers still view him that way.
And I think
if he's healthy,
we kind of miss it. And Drew Brees is a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the top 5 to 10 quarterbacks that's ever played this game. And even he doesn't have something that Cam Newton does, and that's an MVP.
Everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.